all over the world.
Do you care about those little girls?
Then stand up and fight for human rights. Speak out against the laws of Islam.
Sisters Zuhre and Azar Kabiri from the town of Shehriyar in Tehran province were charged with adultery. They will be sentenced to death by stoning. The verdict comes 6 months after each sister had already carried out a sentence of 99 lashes for the same crime.
A brutal punishment following a set of arcane rules. Men are buried up to their waists, women to their chests. And the stones, the penal code says, must not be large enough to kill instantly or small enough not to be called a stone.
Is to show the moments before she's stoned to death. Her father refuses to forgive her, and the woman's tied up and led away. The video shows the stones battering the young woman.
The case of 31-year-old Amina Lawal could force a showdown between Nigeria's constitutional and religious authorities. Lawal, who's divorced, was sentenced to stoning in March after giving birth to a daughter.
While this public execution may be the latest and among the most shocking examples of violence suffered by women in Afghanistan, it is not an isolated case. A 2012 Human Rights Watch report found that nearly 9 out of 10 Afghan women suffer physical, sexual, or psychological violence or forced marriage.
Today, Brunei's ruler, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, completed a change to the country's laws. He's made adultery and sex between two men punishable by death.
This is floggings, this is whippings, and in the case of adultery, stoning people to death.
In broad daylight, a woman in love and pregnant stoned to death. No one intervened to help. Farzana Parveen was only 25. Her bereaved husband Muhammad Iqbal will now have to bury her and their unborn child. Women on the scene were mourning in front of the victim's shrouded body, and they were in shock. This could happen to any of them. So-called honor killings are common in Pakistan, but stoning in public, that's another level of horror.
It's called honor killings, and I always use that in quotation marks because it's actually this concept that the honor of the family resides in the woman's body, that the woman is a repository of honor of the family and the community. And that's not necessarily the case. I mean, she has a right to make her own decisions about her own life.
The sickness of the Islamic mind
has caused some mullahs to be blind.
To justify their prophet, they will justify sin, so the sins of the prophet are repeated again.
All over the world in Islamic State, 9-year-old girls suffer cruel fate.
Sold into marriage to twisted men, and Aisha's sad story is repeated again. Ain't gonna follow no child molester, sex offender, prophet pretender. Ain't gonna follow no child molester.
Islam's not for me. Islam's not for me. Do you care about women all over the world?
Do you care about those little girls?
Then stand up and fight for human rights. Speak out against the laws of Islam.
Stoned to death.